Hi, I'm Ray, and I have made very poor financial decisions in my life. On these little guys, this, ladies and gentlemen, is kandi. Quick warning before I do this, I have notes that I'm going to be reading off of my phone with. I will be looking here a lot, and not there a lot. Kandi. Kandi is bracelets that are mostly made of pony beads and are a form of almost friendship bracelets in a lot of main subcultures. Kandi itself originates from EDM and rave culture during the early 90s, but has since spread among many subcultures and aesthetics. Examples being seen in Scene-mo, J-fashion, especially Decora, Kidcore, fans and other musicians, especially Taylor Swift fans. So before we get to that, what are these? What is this? For my sake, we're gonna divide kandi into three sections of difficulty. We have easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm highly impressed, and what the actual fuck? For easy peasy, I would put singles or just simple string bracelets. I have a few on the base of my arm, wrist. These are by far the simple and most customizable types of kandi personally. These are, everyone can make it, including their grandma. It's just maybe 15 beads, 20 beads on a string tied together in a knot. But they're also, I would also say, the most customizable. They're easy to put words and phrases on with letter beads, especially things that are referring to the subculture, lyrics, and inappropriate things that high schoolers think are funny. There's also odd beads in singles, so this little smiley face bead that is gone. I have fish, I have crosses. Crosses are a popular one because you get them at churches a lot. There's also necklaces. These are usually made with perler beads as charms on the ends. Perler beads, if you don't know, are those just little melty beads that you can get at a craft store, and everyone fears of the one day where they will drop the container, it will get in your carpet, and it's gonna be like that one video of the lady rubbing her rug and all the bugs come out of it, and she's like, ah! That's gonna be you in perler beads here soon. I also group in really easy cuffs, so flower cuffs, a simple peony stitch, I think that's how you pronounce that, I almost said something inappropriate. Simpler, pony bead charms, even though those make me want to die. Stars within that category, like this one I got here. I also got one right here. Stars are probably one of my favorite things to make. They're so fun. Highly impressed. I would put higher level X-base cuffs, so I would say these guys here. This one I would call in the transitional period maybe. Panels, those are usually made for bags when you make bags. There's also kandi mask, bikinis, ties, and more bulky just charms and pony bead stuff in general. Of course there's kandi, and then there's kandi in its full form. I'm talking clothes, full armored helmets, guns. It's insane and stupid, and I'm honestly pissed off. Now that we got that out of the way, and we don't have to look at that anymore because you all scare me, let's get into the history of kandi. Kandi was picked up during the early 90s with rave culture. The trade aspect of it was also introduced as a way to sell drugs such as ecstasy and LSD. It all comes back to something terrible. This problem is still common in modern day, and a lot of venues have even banned candy at a lot of shows, especially in Europe, I've found. Mostly because it's not as big in European countries, correct me if I'm wrong, to drug overdoses. But it's also a really big form of littering, because these are just hard plastic. Scene after 2019 has died down because of this little known thing that happened. You might know it. I'm not a raver, and I haven't been to a rave before. I'm not in that subculture really. Besides that, candy is still widely traded, including, and has even gained more popularity from what I've seen for the past few years. Instead of just a simple, here you go. It's in the form of plural. Plural. It stands for peace, love, unity, and respect, and is usually seen as a form of kindness among ravers. Mostly ravers and candy kids do that kind of trading. We'll get into the other banned subcultures here in a minute. I will talk about you guys, do not worry. So a way to avoid a lot of conflict. That's how it kind of birthed. I think I read something about, like, somebody screaming something about unity, respect, and everybody was like, that's so funny! Nowadays, candy culture is starting to come back, including with better fashion inspirations. After it had a really long delay during the 2010s, where it was really big in the 2000s, and then the 2010s had statement necklaces and owls and those really large cuff bracelets. Not saying that candy culture was gone completely, but it was not in its rotation at the time. So that brings us to now. So who even uses these? Let's start with ravers. As I've mentioned over and over again, ravers listen to EDM and have been around since the early 90s. I don't think ravers have been around for a while, even before candy became a thing. They are just simple folk who partake in raving activities. They listen to EDM, go to rave shows. A lot of their fashion includes a lot of breathable clothing, so a lot of tank tops, bikinis, swimwear. They really like fishnets. You see them a lot with fanny packs. They don't really carry really bulky bags. Also, water bottles, I'm pretty sure, have been ingrained into their aesthetic as well. I think every raver I've seen is holding a jug. Just a massive, just behemoth of a water bottle. But besides the candy, they also use a lot of glitter, a lot of UV, like activated stuff. Like I see them like with UV goggles and stuff like that. And pacifiers that were also popularized due to drug use. Scene and scenemo. You could see where I lean on the spectrum a little bit. Just a wee bit. Scene is a subculture taking inspiration from emo culture, but they more so include brighter colors and candy. They started growing popular during the 2000s, listening to most emo music, and instead of listening to a lot of EDM like ravers did, I think there was a little crossover. They were mostly into grungecore, pop punk, nightcore, and post-hardcore. Their fashion includes sneakers, always Converse. Yeah, I think Vans are trying to be, it's Converse. Tighter clothes like skinny jeans, jackets, layers, tutus, ripped skinny jeans. You gotta get the variation. Very bright colors, big bows, and giant ass teased hair that I wish I could do. The core is a Japanese aesthetic, and its main focus is on an over amount of accessories. So the core also gained popularity around the 90s with a popular idol. Please excuse me, Tomote Shinohara. I took Japanese for 4 years. I promise you, I pronounced that semi-correctly. They gained a lot of popularity around teenagers at the time, and which birthed a lot of kids dressing in decora fashion. Their fashion more so includes a lot of plastic hair accessories. You will never see that motherfucker's hair, ever. Face stickers, a lot of layers, a lot of patterns. Every piece of there's no solid color in your wardrobe. There's something happening on it. And a lot of, like, colored hair. And there's not many natural hair colors. Kidcore. Kidcore is inspired by mainly 90s and early 2000s nostalgia. From what I've seen, it kind of started with 90s, and then it got more 2000s just because the ages. So unlike the Cora, which it gets compared to, it's not the same thing. Please guys. Kidcore is more subtle, so you have a lot of collared shirts, overalls, stripes, and also light up sneakers, which I wish sold in adult sizes. I would wear them every single day. And there's not really music for Kidcore, and I forgot to mention the Decora section. There wasn't really too much music either. I didn't see too many references to that. But Kidcore music is usually associated with Jack Stauber, Kuro Kuro Bonito's I'd Rather Sleep. That thing was everywhere. And Lemon Demon. Swifties. This is gonna get controversial real quick. Swifties are the name given to fans of Taylor Swift, America's top pop star, once country singer. I don't really have any fashion staples, besides I always imagined them in, like, really early 2000s clothing, with, like, the little, you know what I'm talking about? Like, just, I kind of picture, like, jean on jean jackets and shit like that. But they don't, actually. They don't have a set style. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not one. They have picked up the tradition of candy making for her Eras tour this year, which is kind of a big deal, I'm pretty sure. It's a pretty big deal, I think. All of the traditions are there. Even the trading aspect is there amongst Swifties. And it's a sign of respect. I see so many videos of them trading with, like, staff members there. Like, it's really sweet, actually. And it's, like, the core of, like, plural culture. And it's really great, you know? I'm so happy they're spreading this tradition. And I hope Candy Kids are opening with wide arms to the Swifties. That's not the case, unfortunately. Well, from what I've seen, a lot of Taylor Swift fans are being cut and even ridiculed by Candy Kids. Wow, I can't believe you guys. That's not really peace, love, unity, respect of you guys. Part in candy culture. Before I even start by going on this little tangent, I would like to say that I haven't seen any Swiftie calling it candy. It's candy. It's with pony beads, and you have them say, like, little lyrics on it. It's cute. I like it. It's candy. I will die on my... I will die. Because if all of the other subcultures I mentioned beforehand can do candy, and they can't, even though they even express trading amongst their community, shut the fuck. That was mean. I'm sorry. It's kind of upsetting to know that the once very loving community will turn on you as so quick as that. And just from, like, a personal experience, as someone who's always been, like, in the alt, like, sphere, you know, I've worn my cringiest outfits to middle school a many of time. And I have having a lot of my mainstream interest, or, like, very, like, mainstream, like, things that I was into, that was my little weird thing, become mainstream. It kind of sucks for a little bit, you know. Having my thing overrun by normies sucks. It kind of sucks. But it's also kind of immature to be holding stuff back like that. Because what it comes down to is that candy is very much just friendship bracelets that people make the stupidest shit with. It's a medium of art, I would even say too. Like, I would call it an art form as well. The pieces I've seen the community make is crazy and mind-blowing, and its birth goes all the way back to two little girls probably sitting down and stringing two rocks together and then tying it around their wrist. When it comes to, like, these people, like, getting mad at another group of people for partaking in essentially using the beads in the children's section as intended, it's kind of odd. And that's all I really wanted to say, really. That was mostly the point of this. It's like, they haven't defined themselves as using kandi or using that term, but the fact that they're using pony beads, the trading amongst this music subculture, really, you guys are kandi kids. And it's not just them. Other bands have also started, like, not like the bands themselves, but other, like, music fandoms have picked up on trading beads at, like, shows and stuff like that, and I think that's great, because these are so fun to make. I have a financial problem, as I mentioned before. Before I end this, I want to just switch the topic completely to just acknowledge where to do kandi, how to buy kandi, all that, and talk about the discourse of kandi shopping. I feel like that was also a topic I wanted to touch on while making this. If you didn't know, you can buy pony beads almost everywhere. You can get them at your dollar store, you can get them at Walmart. If you want, I wouldn't say higher quality, all your craft stores will sell them. Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they have plenty to give to you. But also, like, online stores, Amazon. Bead Tin is a website I really like for getting, like, bulk beads, like bulk of, like, a really odd color. I also got, like, fish beads from them that were on clearance, so check them out, they're good. And then there's also kandi pre-made. That's a little, my personal opinion, let me specify that with, let me put in bold letters here, my personal opinion. I don't think singles should be sold, like, at all to, like, anyone, really. If I get it, if there's, like, an odd bead on it, or, like, there's, like, or if it's, like, an X space, I get it if it's something more than just a single, but, like, if I go on Etsy and I see this going for $5.99, that's kind of ridiculous. You feel me? This isn't $5.99. And then there's also stores. From what I've seen, more commonly mall stores, like Hot Topic and Claire's selling kandi-esque or kandi bracelets for more than $5.99 a piece. And I understand bigger piece and commissions in the kandi community. I totally understand that. But when you have all these craft stores, like dollar store, like craft stores selling pony beads really cheap, and it's really easy to just make your own singles to make them say, like, booty fart or whatever you want. Stream Beauty Fart by Milk Menace. It's just, I don't see the point, really. Especially when places like Hot Topic are selling them for disgustingly high. Hot Topic, I love you. Get that shit out of your aisles. Just, we're not selling that. And also, can you bring back early Hot Topic? Thank you. I really recommend just buying a bag or a tin or something and some string and just starting to try to teach yourself. It's really fun when you get into it. I would always encourage somebody to try to learn a new craft like that. And that's about it, really. I hope you enjoyed my my ramblings there on a topic that I have not the biggest right to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like more of this, you could subscribe. I might never make one of these ever again. Candy Review 3 will come out one day. As you can see, I've extended my collection, and I've made Candy Review 2 like 2 years ago. And before you go, peace, love, unity, respect. There you go. Yay! True love, looking for true love, looking for true love, whether